Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Doctor Who. Dude, what? They revealed the Doctor's true origins. Oh no! Anyway, last week on Doctor Who we had the Timeless Children, where the Doctor and the Master returned to Gallifrey, and the Master revealed the true origins of the Time Lords with the Timeless Child. Which, by the way, there's only one Timeless Child, so I'm not quite sure why it's called the Timeless Children, unless that's supposed to be about the Cybermasters, though I'm going to doubt it. I'm going to say that probably the Timeless Children is a allusion to something that could be coming down in the future. So, yeah. But yes, the entire origin where this Gallifreyan woman, this Shibogan woman from Gallifrey, found a child who could regenerate, took the ability of regeneration, created the Time Lord Society, and then after the child worked in something called the Division for a while, I think what it seems is that the Timeless Child was turned into a normal Time Lord and was basically reborn, regenerated, given a new life as a young Time Lord who eventually would grow up and become the Doctor. And also the Master created cyber Time Lords, Cyber Masters, Cyber Lords. And then, yeah. And the Doctor has lived much more than her 14 already known lives. So there's that. But at the same time, they aren't really the Doctor, they're the Timeless Child. And to me, at least, there is a distinct difference between the Timeless Child and the Doctor. They may technically, yes, be the same person, but they are two different personalities, basically. Two different people within who have basically gone through the same body, is kind of what I'm saying. So, yeah. Today is a monumentous day. Monumental? Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. Today is the last episode of our catch-up of Doctor Who. I know I sound like I'm getting choked up. I actually did start to get a little choked up there. Not, legit choked up, but, I don't know, my spit was acting up. Yeah, that's my excuse. But yes, today is the last episode of our catch-up of Doctor Who. Our catch-up that started... Oh, goodness gracious, when was that? It started February 7th, 2018. February 7th, 2018 to today, today at time of recording this is June 16th, 2021. Obviously, it'll be a different day by the time this goes up on YouTube. But yes, what a journey it has been. And because I just loaded up the episode now, just to look at the date on it. And man, look at it. My hair was shorter. The camera quality wasn't as good. We were in my kitchen. The audio quality wasn't great on the episode. It was a whole thing. I think, in the discussion, if I'm right, let me look at it. Yeah, in the discussion, I had to open my back door, so, there's this weird lighting and stuff. I don't wear that shirt anymore, jeez Louise. In fact, do I? Yeah, I don't wear those shirts anymore. The glasses are still the same. There's at least that. The glasses and the person seem to be the only consistent things between episode 1 and this episode. So, yeah. But yes, this is it. This is Series 13, New Year's Special. Where last we left the Doctor, by the way, she was imprisoned by the Jadoon, who somehow managed to get into the TARDIS. I'm not sure how that works, but whatever. But yes, the Doctor has been imprisoned, so... Yeah. I guess we should just go ahead and get started on this. No use wasting more time on this. So, without further ado, for one last time, let's go ahead and get into this episode of Doctor Who. Here we go. Of course, I say one last time. We're obviously going to come back when the show comes back, so... But let's do it again. Here we go. I don't know if you can say that. Oh, 2019. Oh, okay. Good to know. Oh, with the Dalek? Wait, who took the Dalek? And why didn't the Doctor dispose of it? Oh no. The tea lady is in on it. Whatever's happening. Wait, does the tea lady work for the Dalek? Okay. That is some straight negligence by the Doctor, I must say, to not dispose of that Dalek. And John Barrowman! Well, you can't just throw in "and John Barrowman."
I acquired Leo's company 18 months ago.
I see you buying a lot of companies right now.
Is that Arachnid Dude?
The problem is obvious. Here's the solution.
So this is just a simulation, basically? No, no, no! Are you kidding? A police Dalek? Friend, have a plunger, you cowards! Is there something inside it?
Entirely robotic with AI interface programmed for every eventuality.
Well, that's something, at least.
Extensive real-world scenario testing.
They looked inside. That's at least
Solar-powered
different from
with
Victory of the
A-grade
Daleks.
energy rating.
This is a game changer, Joe.
A police Dalek.
It's the security equivalent of the iPhone.
What? You can't just say words.
I own them now, so we repurpose new infrastructure, new jobs.
I do kind of like that this guy is
Big
no
win
better
for
than the
you,
last
Joe.
time we saw him.
Flag.
Oh, she's been here a while. Oh, jeez. Got a lot of people here. Duh! They captured a weeping angel. That's brilliant. Oh, the Ood. Oh, they just chill out in that TARDIS?
That's because she wanted us to be able to follow her. To find her. Because she needed us. I'm gonna work it out.
You're gonna try to figure out how to fly the TARDIS?
Mate, we've been back 10 months.
10
We have
months.
to get on with our lives.
This was taken over a year ago, just watch it.
Oh, damn it.
That's a Dalek. But how's that possible?
So then
No idea.
there are more Daleks if it's been a year. A silence?
I forgot you were here.
Duh!
What about this face? Remember this?
Jack!
Jack.
Hey, what are you doing here? Why are we here?
I knew you would look better in these colors than me.
Duh! Well, thanks,
Doctor,
Captain.
What are you doing here?
what do you think I'm doing here? Breaking you out.
Prison break!
Tempo freezes time temporarily, breaks through walls. Only problem is, it doesn't last long.
Oh gosh, we're just gonna freeze time?
Hi!
Have you had work done?
You can talk. Now shut up and run.
Alright. Okay, we're just going. I'm glad for that.
Took 19 years to get to the cell next to you.
Duh, 19 years.
Too much.
Here we go. One secretly stashed vortex manipulator.
Yay. Ah, cheap and nasty time travel.
We need to go now.
How did you manage to smuggle that in here?
You really want me to answer that?
No.
I
Ugh.
missed you. Very much.
Oh, buddy, we've missed you.
Let's go.
Alright, and we're out. That took no time.
We live in uncertain times.
We live in a society.
I took the cellular traces and I cloned them. Grew them.
No!
I grew a creature.
You dumb idiot, you grew a Dalek?
It's beautiful, isn't it? No!
No!
It's intelligent. I hooked it into the intraneural network and there were flickers of activity. It understood our systems immediately.
You did what?
This is not a good thing.
Alert.
Yep. He's smart. Great.
Nice upgrade in here.
Duh.
Which way's my room?
You don't have a room. You've never had a room.
I have a suite with its own cocktail lounge.
That was a long time ago, man.
I was in prison for being me. Right at the point when I wasn't sure what that meant.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been a tough few decades.
You're okay
Decades? We've really just sidestepped the entire The Doctor is Gone plot. Oh.
Hey, I was in space jail.
You
Meh. Sorry about that.
Guess who got her out?
You all met Jack, right?
Hey, Silver Fox.
Oh.
Hello.
Oh,
I'm
brilliant.
worried about you.
Well, I mean,
How long's it been?
10 months.
you're 10 months off.
Yeah, well, it's done now, so...
Yeah.
It's not her fault.
Oh. What's new on planet Earth?
Dalek.
Oh no.
I can be killed, but I come back to life pretty quick. Partially her fault, partially a friend of hers on Earth called Rose.
God, that was a
But
long
she's
time
trapped in a
ago.
parallel universe now.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. Are they 3D printing Daleks? Weirdly. That's a lot of Dalek suits.
They're empty.
For now.
Being with the Doctor, you don't get to choose when it stops. Whether you leave her or she leaves you.
It felt cruel.
Eh.
How many people in the universe get to meet the Doctor? Let alone travel with her. Enjoy the journey while you're on it. Because the joy, it's worth the pain.
Aww. Squareness gun!
We here in Britain, we've never been afraid of the future.
Miss Harriet Jones.
I do.
Harriet Jones, Prime Minister.
Well, yes, I know who you are.
Even if you don't know what a Dalek is, that thing looks evil as all get out. Oh gosh! It's hugging his face! Just like slam your head on the ground. Gun! Ah! Gun of squareness.
In our institutions, at our borders.
They do look good. I have to say, they look really good. How long does it take to get to Japan?
4 minutes to Osaka.
Why is it taking that long?
Time to reconnect with them, time to see me mates. See what's happening on the old planet.
Yeah.
If I'm not who I thought I was, then who am I?
You're the Doctor? Same as before, same as always?
Yeah.
Right.
First and foremost.
Same Doctor, same Ryan.
You find out about your own life. Confront the new or the old. And then everything will be alright.
Will it?
No doubt.
Figure out who you were. That was a really good talk. And it was nice to have someone helping the Doctor like that. Wait, what?
My project shall be complete.
Oh, it teleported them. Oh gosh, and they're red now.
Daleks do not joke.
And I do not surrender.
Exterminate.
You don't need to surrender.
All that time in a cell wondering who I am. I'm the Doctor.
Yes.
I'm the one who stops the Daleks.
Yes. She called the original Daleks.
Think of them like the SAS of Daleks.
Oh god.
Way more brutal.
They're our best hope right now.
And this set of Daleks kills his lot.
It's not my line.
Thank you. How do we get rid of the new ones?
That's phase 2 of the plan. It'll be down to us.
Okay, what a god-awful plan. So they're just different Daleks. They're enforcers. They're the police. They should have been called the police of the Daleks.
Scan determines rogue creatures below. Mutated Daleks.
Yeah, I guess they're not pure Daleks. Oh my gosh, Dalek fight! Whoop.
That's the thing about Daleks. For a race born out of mutation, they're pretty obsessed with purity.
Yeah, seriously.
Maybe I can make a claim on insurance.
Oh my god.
Get back in the TARDIS.
I'm backing them.
Don't be stupid. They will kill you.
But that's not gonna. What are you.
I don't think so. See you later.
Robinson, get back here.
How? Let him go die. Who cares? I'm done with that.
I come in peace.
We do not care.
I speak for humanity.
I speak for the trees.
Right, see, this is our area of expertise. First the cyber dudes, now the Daleks. No alien ship is safe from us two bad boys.
Right. Come on.
What?
Stop talking weird, Graham.
Ah. Dang it.
Sorry.
Quit leaving him hanging. Aww.
I called you here and you came like obedient little pets.
Aw.
Thanks for solving my problem.
Daleks are not pets of the Doctor.
Yes, you are. Why? What are you going to do about it? Because I'm just standing here in my TARDIS.
Attack the TARDIS.
What are you doing?
I'm Captain Jack Harkness, and I'm immortal.
Whoop. Alright, well, they blew up the ship.
Where is the Doctor? Search the TARDIS. Exterminate the Doctor.
She put them in a different TARDIS.
I've programmed it to fold in on itself and send itself to the heart of the void, which will, of course, break it apart and destroy you in the process.
Ooh. Oh, this poor thing, though.
They're calling him the savior of humanity, the man who stood up to the invaders on behalf of us all. Now, as rumors intensify that he may be in line for an honorary knighthood, Jack Robertson spoke to me from his home in the United States.
Emily, I did what any human person, would do in those circumstances.
Oh my gosh. Can we please throw him into the heart of a star or something?
Sorry, lost track of time. When Cooper sends her love, by the way.
Hey.
She took out a Dalek with a moped and her son's boxing gloves. Woohoo! Anyway, I'm gonna
that's
stick around
funny.
on Earth and catch up with her. I'll call you.
Send my love to Gwen. Okay, bye.
Bye, Jack.
I think I'm gonna stay here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna walk away.
Mates need me.
Are you gonna stay? Yeah, definitely. Yes. I'm not ready to let you go yet.
Alright.
That's all right, isn't it?
That's
You said
fine.
it now, so
Ooh.
I'm ready. I wanna be at home with my grandson.
Aww.
But
I just thought I'd have the place to myself, you know?
no such luck.
You're stuck with him.
I was wrong. We do get aliens in Sheffield.
Aww.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
Yes, go on, Ryan. You're doing it, son.
You're doing it.
Son. Come on.
Oh. It's okay.
Ryan. You okay, son?
Just for the love of God, don't throw it over a cliff. Aww.
Yeah. Just got the sun in my eyes.
Me too.
Yeah.
A few more tries and we're going to save the world, eh?
Yeah.
Here we go. Get ready.
Well, nothing bad happens in that time.
2, 1, go! Go on, Ryan. Yeah.
Come on.
Go on, son. You're doing it, mate.
You're doing it, mate! Ah, that's alright. Alrighty. That is the Series 13 special. Well, I did it. I did it. I made it through. And what an amazing thing to end on. Not this episode in particular. Whatever. We've had better episodes. We've had worse episodes. Whatever. This is a fine episode. But what a better note to end on than being able to walk away. Two companions walked away. Oh, Chris Chibnall, you broke the Stephen Moffat curse. Not just Stephen Moffat, I might add, by the way. Because he didn't start it. He didn't start it. Russell T Davies started this, but we have broken the curse of modern Who. Companions just left. They walked away of their own accord. They didn't die. They didn't lose their memory. They didn't get marooned on another planet or have any other sad ending away from the Doctor. They walked away. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. They walked away. Oh. Even Jack, which Jack in Series 1 wasn't a sad ending, but, you know, we abandoned him to the future. Didn't see him again until Torchwood. The Doctor didn't see him again until Utopia. Okay. So that's it. That's every episode. How many is that, by the way? How many have we done? It's been a lot. Now this playlist... Well, okay, the playlist right now goes through Ascension of the Cybermen. So if we go by episodes, alright, I'm going to take out minisodes. So that's one. We can count the animated episodes. So 29. Take out 29 videos from the playlist. So this is at 195. So 195 minus 29. Oh, I suck at quick math. I suck balls at quick math. Yeah, I'm actually going to load up a calculator like a jackass who can't do quick math. Plus 2 we're missing. Okay, so that's 168. We've done 168 episodes. 168 episodes in 3.5 years. We have done, I mean, that's a lot. 168 episodes in 3.5 years. Not including 29 either side episodes, like mini episodes, or the 50th anniversary trailer, or the live streams. So, yeah, that's a lot. And we're done. For now. We're done for now. Obviously, we will be back for Series 13. Yeah. Okay. As for this episode, good. Not great. Good. This I would say this was good. I think I enjoyed this more than Resolution. I think I enjoyed this more than Resolution, but it wasn't like great or anything. Like, this was it was a standard sort of fun special. You know, like, I don't think this was, like, one of, like, oh, this is one of the greats, but it was a fairly decent episode, honestly. Maybe the thing that holds this back is Jack Robertson himself. Like, the fact that they brought him back is a little much, you know? So, but then you get Jack Harkness in there, and all is better now. All is better now. So, okay. So let's talk about the notes for this episode. The first thing I wrote down is Dalek and dispose. Okay. This is pure and simple negligence on the Doctor's part, that the Doctor just let the Dalek go. Just left the Dalek shell in the hands of humanity. Now that's not good. That is a mistake right there. The Doctor would never do that. So, right there, this whole episode is based off of a bad premise. Let's put that out there, that the Doctor would never leave behind a Dalek shell like that, you know? So, that's not a good start. Secondly, this episode has Jack Robertson in it. That's also not good. Jack Robertson is not a fun, interesting character, really. I do kind of like, you know... Well, first off, he's from one of the weakest episodes of Series 11, you know? So, that's not a good thing to bring him back. However, I will say it's honestly really funny that he's no better, because he didn't learn a lesson in Arachnids in the UK. He didn't learn a lesson in that episode, you know? He just, he didn't learn a lesson in that episode. He just, you know, killed the spider and then he left and was like, I'll be the next president of the United States. And then he goes off and whatever. So the fact that they brought him back and it's like, oh yeah, he's still up to no good and now he's doing stuff with Daleks, like, well, yeah, that makes sense, you know? I wish, like, the best way this... one thing they could have done at the end, though, is if the Doctor found a way to ruin him, you know? Like, ruin his company, ruin his reputation, like... It kind of like, honestly... You know what it could be like, calling back to our first special, would be when he took down Harriet Jones, you know? And even then, that was very subtle what he did then. But, you know, just the whole thing of, you know, don't you think she looks tired? Like, and that eventually led to the downfall of Harriet Jones. Of course, that led to the rise of Harold Saxon, but that's a completely other story. But yeah, so I do kind of wish there was a moment where the Doctor just completely ruined him, you know? Because the fact that he's out, he's still there, and everyone thinks he's a hero, and he's gonna run for president and stuff, and it's like, well, that's fucking sad. Like, I don't want that. I don't want this guy. So on the one hand, it does make sense that you can bring him back, and honestly, it is kind of funny. It is kind of funny that he is no different from, you know, where last we left him. But at the same time, he is a very annoying character, and you just want him to go away, you know? You want the Doctor to ruin him, you know? So, I guess the whole thing at the end is it's possible they could bring him back. God, I kind of hope they don't. I want them to just let this character go, because he's not a good character, you know? So, yeah. Also, the whole thing where he goes and talks like, oh, I'm gonna go become allies with the Daleks. And it's like, no, get back here. Why she doesn't just go over and use some of her Venusian Aikido and just knock him out, I don't know. She's perfectly capable of doing that, as we've seen. It's like, just do it, you know? Come on. So yeah, like that could have been very interesting, actually, if I mean, that could have worked. The fact that she lets him go is very strange, but whatever. So, also, another thing that's hilarious but kind of weird is the police Dalek. I'm not sure what to think about the police Daleks. Because on the one hand, it's really dumb, you know, and it's very much, you know, Victory of the Daleks, where it's like, yes, you know, now we have our new weapons, Doctor, you know, from Winston Churchill with his infinite cigars comes out, and he's like, the Daleks mean death. Yes, Doctor, death to our enemies, you know? It's like, my iron sides and stuff like that, and it's like, well, but clearly you didn't make them, you know, but the way they do it here is kind of interesting, that they basically created shells with artificial intelligence, and then because Leo's an idiot and cloned the actual Dalek, the squid inside, then it created more squids, took over the shells, and became a new Dalek army, you know? So, and again, you know, if you're gonna do a whole thing of, you know, because they do bring up, because every time Robertson shows up, they just show off, like, here's reality. That may be one of the worst things about Robertson, is that he's too real, you know? Like, this guy, he exists, you know? Like, this is the kind of, you know, person that exists in America, you know? Or I'm sure this, you know, whoever this prime minister lady was, there's probably people like that in Britain and vice versa. There's people like her in America. There's people like Robertson in the UK, you know? Like, I think that may be one of the biggest problems with Robertson, is that he is too real, you know? And this is Doctor Who, you know? This is Doctor Who, where there's, you know, this crazy woman in a police box flying around, and there's these squids in weird casings, weird, like, suits with an eye stalk and not a plunger. Give the Daleks a plunger, you cowards. You know what? For as much as I will give him credit for letting Ryan and Graham walk away, I am going to go ahead and say Chris Chibnall is a coward for taking away the plunger. They have to have plungers. They're not Daleks if they're not plungers. If they don't have plungers, you know? Luckily, it looked like those classic, those older Daleks look like they might have had the plungers on them, you know? So, they gotta have plungers, you know? But anyway, so that's the problem with Robertson, is that he's too real, you know? And when you're watching a show where there's a mad woman flying around in a police box going after squids in armor, you don't want a real guy there, you know? So, yeah. What was I saying before that? Oh, well, so the whole thing of, you know, here's, they simulate basically like a riot or a protest that, you know, escalates to violence and stuff, and now there are police Daleks there in order to help basically break up crowds of protesters and stuff. So that is, again, it's a weird thing of, like, it's an interesting idea, like, you know, it is, you know, like, okay, yes, it's reflecting where our world is today, you know, yes, these things can happen, so hey, how do we do these with Doctor Who stuff, you know? And it's kind of a clever idea, like, oh, so they make these suits, they make these Dalek shells, not realizing what they are, and they basically have Daleks breaking up, you know, protesters and stuff like that. Okay, that's kind of interesting, but a little too real, but kind of interesting. I don't know. I'm going back and forth on the premise of this episode. Everything else kind of works, but the premise is very odd. Speaking of, okay, so I saw the poster basically for this, and I pretty much knew Jack was back in this one, but I thought the premise of this one was going to, or I thought this episode was going to revolve more around the Doctor in prison, you know, and especially when when that was the big thing at the end of last episode, at the end of the season, was, you know, well, the Doctor has been imprisoned. Okay, so, you know, I thought it was going to be, oh, well, maybe Jack goes and gets the companions, and they go and they try to break her out and stuff, and with a title like Revolution of the Daleks, like, okay, so the Daleks are involved. Like, okay, well, maybe there are Daleks in this prison, and maybe that could be interesting. Maybe the Daleks are trying to break out. Maybe I don't know, maybe it goes like full Prison Break. And like the Daleks are like teabag, you know? Like, we don't want them in our escape strategy, but it happens anyway. But then Jack just shows up, and the Doctor says she spent decades in that prison, just thinking over, you know, herself, basically. And then Jack just shows up. He commits enough crimes to get in there, like Michael Scofield, but then he just, you know, has the time-stopping, wall-phasing thing, and then they get a vortex manipulator and they're gone, and that's the end of the prison story. Alright. Like, I guess. And now we're back to Jack Robinson, and it's like, well, I don't want to go back to Jack Robertson. I want a Prison Break. Like, imagine a Doctor Who Prison Break episode. That sounds amazing, you know? Where it's the Doctor, Jack Harkness, and the companions, and they're in this prison with a ton of Doctor Who villains. There's a Weeping Angel, there was a Silence, there was an Ood. I loved all that. And it was funny, too, because they show one of the Silence. It's like, oh, forgot you were here. It's like, well, of course you forgot, you know? That's just, it's so funny, you know, and you even see some of the more, you know, the newer stuff with, like, the Pating and stuff like that. I think one of them was a drag, I don't know, but, and so imagine, like, if there were Daleks in there, like what if there was, like, a group of, like, 3 Daleks in there that were imprisoned somehow, and then you do this weird Prison Break thing, maybe they do have to ally with the Daleks in order to get out, you know? I don't know, like, that could have, I thought that's where we were going with that, and then it's just sort of over, and it's like, oh, well, you had a really good idea there, come on. Which, I mean, I guess we could also say that about, we also kind of said that about the Timeless Children, whereas, like, well, you had a really good idea with those Cybermen, and then it's like, oh, well, the Master took the Cybermen, and they're just Cyberlords now, and here's the Timeless Children and everything. It's like, well, okay, that's fine, but you had kind of an interesting story with Ashad and everything. Like, he was super interesting, and then you just sort of sidestep that. Now you have this whole story with the prison, and it's like, oh, this could be really interesting. How about a Prison Break episode? Like, okay, how Doctor Who does Prison Break in space? Okay, I'm ready for that. Bring in Jack Harkness. We can get down with that. And then they sidestep that. All right. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like the last 2 episodes here, this and the Timeless Children, are they good episodes? Yes. Did they have much more interesting premises that they just sort of abandoned? Yes, they did. They really, like, both of them, it's like, well, you had a very interesting premise, but then you sidestepped it to go do something else. Like, alright. Anyway. So, Yaz, we had Yaz for 10 months. 10 months, Yaz has been trying to figure out how to pilot that TARDIS. And in 10 months, she really didn't get anywhere, which was interesting. So, I hope this is leading to a story arc for Yaz in the next season, because Yaz got a little obsessive with this, you know? And that's fine. You know, it shows like she's not ready to let go of the Doctor. She, you know, is desperately trying to do that. It's like, oh, well, maybe we have to save her, you know? And Graham and Ryan were more accepting, like, well, maybe she's gone, or maybe she's, you know, whether she's dead or she's just gone. So that's interesting. Where I guess Yaz, see, here's my fear though, especially like with the ending too, where she's very quick to be like, oh well, I'm gonna stay. Yeah, I'm not ready to let go of the Doctor, and it's like, well, okay, that's fine that she's staying. That's fine that she's staying for a little while, but at the same time, I fear that Yaz is going to go down the same route as Clara, where Clara, even in Series 8, was getting a little too obsessive with it, you know? And that was the whole thing, you know, in Series 8 as well, that, you know, she tried to let it go, but she couldn't. And she ended up lying, you know, to Danny about it, and kind of lying to the Doctor about it too, and, you know, staying on. And she got so into it that she ended up dying, you know? She ended up dying. So I worry that Yaz is kind of going down that same route, you know? And I don't want that. Well, first off, I don't want that. I don't want companion deaths anymore. Let them leave. And maybe that's where we're going to go, is that maybe she does start to get a little too obsessive, maybe too into it, but then something happens, maybe not her death, but she realizes she needs to walk away, you know? It's almost like the TARDIS and the Doctor are becoming an addiction to her. And it was the same thing with Clara. It's become an addiction to her, and we kind of see at the beginning of the episode her kind of going through withdrawal, you know? And so, first chance where it's like, oh, so, Yaz, are you sticking around? Yes, I'm sticking around. Of course I'm sticking around. Why wouldn't I stick around? I'm not ready to let go of you yet. It's like, well, okay. Easy there, girl. You need to calm down. So, maybe it's going to be something where maybe she does get a little too into it, too obsessed, too addicted, and maybe something will happen, not her death, but just something where she realizes, okay, I get what Ryan was saying. I get why Ryan and Graham left. I need to walk away. And she walks away. And, you know, we get a nice, you know, moment like here where she does, you know, we have a good heartfelt goodbye and she walks away. I hope it's that. I hope that they're setting this up to be like Clara so that it will have a different ending from what Clara had, you know? I hope it's that. So, yeah. Let's see. I'm kind of going through some of the notes and it is interesting to see how they've changed without the Doctor. I like Jack's talk with Yaz, you know. It's interesting, you know, he says, you know, we don't get to choose when we leave. You know, we don't get to choose when we lose her. And that's partially true. It's true for some. A lot of our modern companions, definitely. But the thing is, it's been such a strange thing that almost no one has been able to walk away in modern Who. Rose? Nope. Donna? No. Amy and Rory? Clara? Bill? Nope. None of them were able to walk away. Martha did. Martha was the only one who just was like, you know what? This was good. I had fun. We'll meet again someday. But I need to go. I need to walk away from this. And I'm glad, you know, I'm glad that Ryan and Graham are now the next ones to be able to walk away. They are the next Martha Jones. But the other thing, too, is, for the most part in classic Doctor Who, they can walk away, you know? With some exceptions, and I won't really get into which ones, but there are a lot of times even just from what I've seen, where a companion is allowed to just choose to leave, you know? So it's just an interesting thing. But I like what Jack says, you know, enjoy the journey while you're on it, you know? And even the whole thing of like, oh, well, you know, it felt like maybe none of it really happened, you know, it was gone just like that. And I like how he says, you know, how many people get to meet the Doctor, let alone travel with her, you know? So you need to enjoy it while it lasts, and it is worth it. Even though, yes, you will be sad when she's, you know, gone from your life, you are better for having known her, you know? So I like that. I really do like that. And then on the other side, we also have the talk between the Doctor and Ryan. I really liked that it was Ryan who was, you know, sort of giving more of the advice and stuff, because the Doctor, who has just spent, you know, decades trying to contemplate her own existence now, after the reveal of the Timeless Children, finally, you know, I like Ryan, you know, obviously saying, it's like, yeah, you know, who are you? You're the Doctor. And yes, things have changed. Obviously, you know, if... I gotta sneeze. Ow! Okay, thank you. I'm good. So yes, even though things have changed, what you knew before is not quite the truth. Yes, you know, you thought, okay, I have had 14 lives. Now you're saying, well, I've had more lives before the 14 I knew. Yes, that is true. But you are still the Doctor. You still hold on to who you are. It's who you are now, you know? And yes, things have changed. The companions have changed. The Doctor has changed. Yes, things have changed, and that's fine. But you can still hold on to who you are, you know? So, and I like that, you know, once all the things start happening with the Daleks, and she realizes, you know, I like her saying, you know, she spent decades in that prison contemplating who she is, but she's the Doctor. She's the one who stops the Daleks. And that is the thing, which is why, you know, last episode I was like, well, yes, this is a big reveal that, oh, the Doctor has had more lives, but there is still, I feel, a distinct difference between the Timeless Child and the Doctor, you know? So, that's the thing, like, there is no Doctor before number 1, you know? Before this guy up here. I am pointing correctly, right? I mean, it's a very small view screen, so I'm pretty sure I'm pointing at him, so, yeah. But these guys back here, they are the Doctor. Everyone before is the Timeless Child, and there is a distinct difference. So yes, even though the Doctor, things have changed, and she does need to learn about who she was. But even still, she needs to remember who she is. She is the Doctor. So I really like that talk between the Doctor and Ryan. So that was really good. Okay. So then, we got the new Dalek army, which was interesting. And then we had the Death Squad Daleks, the SAS Daleks. An interesting plan that you summon other Daleks who, they're not concerned right now with humans. Their primary objective would be to get rid of the impure Daleks, which is interesting. Again, kind of a bit like Victory of the Daleks, where, you know, they had those Daleks that were remnants all the way from the Cult of Skaro, and then they make these new Power Rangers, but they're pure Daleks, and so those Daleks then destroy the old Daleks because they are impure. It's an interesting idea. It's a little odd, but I do understand it. And it would have all worked out, you know. It could have worked, and I guess it did work out in the end. But very risky, very, very risky to do that, to call pure Daleks to come kill the impure Daleks, you know? So that was interesting. And then, of course, we had Robertson being stupid and going for an alliance and stuff. And again, why she couldn't stop him, I don't know, but whatever. Luckily, it didn't really go anywhere, you know? And they were able to adapt it. I do kind of feel bad for the spare TARDIS. Like, it's like, oh, poor thing. You know, because it is alive, but it's like, oh, well. I mean, I don't know. But that was interesting. Because at first, it's like, oh, the Doctor is letting Daleks into the TARDIS. Like, the hell are you doing? But I like that I like that she lures them into the spare TARDIS. Because we have that, you know? We have a spare TARDIS. But that was very clever. Lure them into the spare TARDIS, and even though, we have a TARDIS now. It's like, no, you don't. I've programmed it to send you to the void. So, that was a bit clever. That was a bit clever. She also still has another spare TARDIS back on that planet where the other, where they met the other humans. It's still there. She could go get it if she ever needs it again. But that was a very clever use of the spare TARDIS, and it's a little odd. Because I actually feel bad for that TARDIS, you know. But all right, it works out. It's an interesting way of saving the day. So, and then we had Ryan and Graham walking away, which again I'm glad for. I'm glad I didn't have to watch them die. You know, I'm glad they were able to just walk away. Yeah, and having them both die or something would be kind of weird, but I would imagine, like, if they were going to make one of them die, it would have probably been Graham, and then, you know, Ryan maybe leaves or something after that. But I'm glad they both were able to walk away, and I like that they are going to be doing stuff to help, you know, save the world. I like giving them the psychic paper so they can get around. Like, that's very clever. So yeah, like, that's really good. It definitely reminds me of Martha, you know, going away, and then eventually we see she joins UNIT. Maybe they could restart UNIT. Wouldn't that be amazing? So, that'd be great. Go get Kate Stewart. Go be like, what the hell are you doing? Who cares about Brexit? Recreate UNIT. Who's in control of the Black Archive right now, by the way? Like, I only just realized that. Like, wait a second. If UNIT's gone, who's got the Black Archive? I don't know. Even, you know, I bet if, like, the public face of UNIT is gone, I bet UNIT still exists in some capacity. Like when S.H.I.E.L.D. was kind of off the radar for a while. So, yeah. But yeah. A good episode. Not an amazing episode, but a good episode. A good fun episode, definitely. And a good exit for our companions, for Ryan and Graham. I am going to miss them. I did like them, especially Graham, but yeah, this was good. This was a good one to end on, you know? So, that's it. We have fully caught up with Doctor Who. However, Series 13 will be starting later in the year, and I will be back for that. It may not be immediate, so pretty much, like, once the episode airs, don't expect me to immediately post my reaction, because obviously, you know, I gotta take time to film it and edit it and all that stuff, get around YouTube copyright. I may try to get it up the next week. You know, it's basically, I'm not going to be really fast on getting out my Doctor Who reactions, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do what I can, basically. But we will be back. Tune in. So this goes up. Let's see if that's today. Then that goes up. All right. Tune in on Sunday, July the 4th, on the birthday of America, where I will be talking about a British show in true American fashion. Yes, we will be doing the Series 12 live stream on July the 4th, and we will be going over, we're just going to be doing, you know, the normal Q&A, you know, all that sort of stuff, where We make jokes, I answer questions, we talk about chest hair, all that sort of stuff that we get into on those live streams. So tune in there. I'll do another post and stuff on Twitter for when that will exactly be. But yeah. And then tune in 2 weeks from today when we start a show. I don't know what show. The poll is actually currently going on right now. The poll to replace Doctor Who. I think last I checked, Life on Mars was in the lead, but I don't know if that's going to be the winner. We'll have to see. But tune in 2 weeks where a new show will take over Wednesdays. So yeah, with all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to click around to any of those. There's a playlist for Doctor Who as well as another video that you can go check out. That playlist, you want to go check out every single video I've ever done on Doctor Who, minus the classics I guess, you can. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button if you want to check out any of those, as well as links in the description. See you guys later.